Okay. Hopefully you're there, Maurizio. Maurizio just asked me a great question. Here he is. And I thought it was such a good question that I wanted to record it. The answer, exploring it with him. I wish I looked more camera ready, but I don't.
Okay.
So can you repeat the question? Because it's a really great question. And I think, I was telling him, I think that the essence of having success in Nerium is in this question. I really do.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. The thing is, currently, I'm feeling I'm slowing down my rhythm, how to approach people. I'm doing the homework, contacting people, all the stuff, connecting to the rhythm, listening to the trainings, regionals, but it's getting harder to approach people to close the deals. And Saturday at the regional, someone says, at the beginning, when we have a less information, it's easy to get customers and partners. But when we start learning and when we have more information, it's getting harder. I don't know why, but it's true, and I'm feeling right now. So I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that.
How long have you been doing this?
Almost a year.
Okay.
In July.
That's it. So I'm sure you've heard all of this before, but in the context of keeping your own excitement genuine. So you're not only excited about what you're offering, but you're excited for the person that you're offering it to, because you're picturing them as your next national marketing director on your team, and you're going to work together and you're going to go conquer the world together. When you start to get no's, if you're doing two a day, consistent exposures in the 10 core commitments, many people tell you no. Some of them may be rude about it. Some of them you think they're going to sign up and they don't, or they sign up and they don't do anything.
Yes.
Those are all experiences that by the time you're in for a year, you've had those experiences. So what starts to happen to your excitement? It starts to go like this, because what you thought when you first started and you hadn't talked to very many people yet was that everyone was going to say yes and they were going to go forth and it was just going to explode, which isn't necessarily the story. So what needs to happen, the fundamental aspect of this business is based on your genuine, authentic excitement. You're excited about the products, you're excited about the business, you're excited about all of it. And that is for me personally, that's what drove me into personal development. Like, almost like getting in a truck and driving as fast as I could toward personal development, because I realized that this was a mindset thing, that I could easily relive the story of someone saying no before I even talked to the next person, that it was clouding, like it was clouds in my head that I didn't even realize that that it was pulling me down, like my flame was getting lower, if you're going to use the fire analogy. Even though I acted excited, it wasn't genuine, because I was actually reliving the disappointment. It was somehow the disappointment or the no's were knitted into my into my head. And I needed a way to not pay attention to that, to pay it, to actually focus on the person I was talking to and to picture them as the next star and how much this was going to help them. And so I had to learn how to listen. I had to learn how to ask a zillion questions so that I could find out everything about them so that I could picture how what we have might benefit them.
Okay.
And that came for me with personal development, because personal development for me helped me not think about this business in terms of what it's going to do for me. It helped me think about what it's going to do for them. And that is a totally different energy, and it can be really gratifying and really exciting, whether somebody sells a lot or doesn't sell a lot, or recruits a lot or doesn't recruit a lot, or comes to the meeting or doesn't come to the meeting. It gives a whole different perspective to giving more and being excited about being of value to other people. That honestly is the name of the game here.
Okay.
More than, I mean, if you're doing I'm talking to you because you're doing the 10 core. You know, you're at the place where you're developing, you're learning how to do the exposures by doing the exposures. If you do enough of them, you start to get good at it, you know?
Yes.
You can't help it. But keeping the excitement is in the personal growth. Ultimately, I find that the personal growth is more valuable to me than the pile of money that I've made. The pile of money is great, don't get me wrong. I like money, but the value that I've gotten has been the personal development. And I know that sounds like I'm giving you the canned answer that you might hear on Nearing University. You might have heard it a lot, but it is the truth. If you really, really want to be a star in this business, by star, I mean have it be a full-time income, have multiple teams all over the world, have people looking to you as a leader, following you because of who you are, then that is more gratifying than the money. It is, because you really feel like you're changing people's lives, that you're adding value to them, whether they ever recruit anybody or not. Most people aren't going to do a damn thing. It's just the truth. Some people are going to do it for a minute, but all of that, when you frame it in the context of personal growth, of you expanding into a leader that can take everybody and move them from where they are to a little bit more open, like opening flowers, you know, then it starts to really make sense as a business model. If they want to pay me to do that, great, because it really does show up in your paycheck. It really does.
Yes.
Attitude, and it keeps you excited, because sometimes I talk to somebody new and I think I could see them becoming like a magnificent version of themselves. There's a leader in there. I can actually see it. Some people, it's easier to see than others, but if you really start to develop that in yourself, that you start to see the leader in yourself, it's just natural. You start to see it in other people. It's crazy. It's really amazing.
Okay.
Keeping that flame high. So it's a mindset thing. One sec. I had to like sneeze or cough or something like that. The mindset thing is not buying the rejection, or not expecting the worst. And I think it's subtle. You know what I mean by subtle? It's not obvious. It's happening in the subconscious. That you can psych yourself out without even knowing that you're psyching yourself out. It's an energy thing, that if your energy is not really sparkly and authentic, people can tell. They might not even think about it. They just feel it. If you're not really genuinely excited about the conversation, the Nerium conversation. That's why you go to the regionals and hear the same thing over and over. That's why you go to the meetings. You're not just recruiting your friend that you brought with you. You're recruiting yourself over and over and over and over and over. That's why you have a workout partner. Your workout partner's having a good day. You're having a terrible day. You help each other. Then you have a good day and your workout partner has a terrible day. You help each other. It's about over and over keeping yourself high and learning that sometimes you just need to take a day off from Nerium and not even think about it. That was a hard one for me because I actually didn't take any days off for like years, literally. And I kind of got exhausted, It wasn't good. But I think that's a common mistake too. You think if I just work a little harder, keep at it, and try to, get more out of myself. It's not, you learn the hard way that may not be the best thing, that you need to go take a walk around the lake or something, do something else.
Perfect. Yeah,
That's
makes so much sense.
it makes a lot of sense. This is an energy business because we're in a people business. We have great products. I think we can all agree on that
Yes.
These products really do what they say they're going to do. They really work. They really benefit people. We have a great company. The company has a wonderful compensation plan. We have a great CEO. We have a great, we give people free cars. I mean, there's just so many great things that people have experienced from the company. But ultimately, it's a people business. So that's good news and bad news.
Yes.
People aren't machines. They're all different. You're dealing with a lot of people's neurosis and their problems and their excuses and you want them to be braver, and they don't step up to the task, and you learn how to meet them where they are and move them forward. You learn how to work with people. And I think you learn how to work with people because you're learning how to work with yourself.
Okay.
And it's not cookie cutter. You know what I mean by cookie cutter? It's not just one size fits all. It's different for every person. You're not their boss. That's what makes it even more hard. You're not their boss. You're their, but if you really learn how to be a good leader, and I think you have as much potential to be a great leader as anyone I've ever met in Nerium. Honestly, I'm not saying that to flatter you. I really do see that you care deeply about everybody, even if they're not on your team, and that you're really coachable, and that you really want this for yourself, and that you're really doing the right activities over and over and over. And Jeff Olson has said it a million times: do the right things consistently with a good attitude over a long period of time. When that's going to separate the men from the boys, you know, overall, do the right things consistently with a good attitude, over a long period of time. That's where most people quit. They do it for a little while and then they go, this is too hard, it's not working. And he says, do it over and over and over and over and over until the compound effect kicks in. Now that can, he calls it master the mundane. Mastering the mundane is why you have to have your mindset together, because you could psych yourself out so easily and say, this is boring, I'm not good at it, nobody's listening to me, that guy said no, I'm going crazy, somebody called me and wants to quit, somebody else wants to return their product, this is not working. That's the minute when you have to like go to the regional, watch the Nerium University or something that's going to remind you that the key to success, and Jeff Olson has said it a million times, do the right things consistently with a good attitude over a long period of time and do them over and over and over and over until the compound effect kicks in. Master the mundane, and you can have whatever you want in this business. You might have it soon, you might have it later, you might have it later and then lose it and have to get it back again, you might get it right away. All I know is that anyone who's had success in this business would agree that that's the task at hand. It's keeping your head in the game though, and not giving up on yourself and really believing that this is going to work. You have to have that belief. So for me personally, I get the belief by hanging out with people who have already had success. You know, the other national marketing directors, I don't even need to be in the room with them. I just watch their videos or their YouTubes or go to a training online or go to a personal training, whatever. Just put yourself in their energy so that you can remind yourself, if they can do it, I can do it. They're no different than me. The only difference is that they have belief. And right now I'm having a bad day, you know? That's it.
Okay.
If
Perfect.
and you learn how to listen to people too. That all your friends that you talk to, or the guy on the bus, or the guy that cut your hair, or the whoever, you know, your wife's best friend. There's still a lot of people out there who could become like the next success story, the next millionaire in the company, you know? So you look for ways to imagine that. I do. I look for ways to like see them as that. Why not? Somebody's going to be the next millionaire from Nerium. Why couldn't it be your next door neighbor? It could be. How do I know that it isn't my next door neighbor? It could be. It could be that person who's been praying on their knees. Please, God, give me something I can do. I cannot take this anymore. I need something that I can do that's going to give me a business that I can be an entrepreneur and grow all over the world. You know, somebody that you know is actually thinking that right now, you know, or somebody that you're going to meet today, tomorrow. I don't know who it is. That's the fun of the business, is they don't wear a sign around their neck that says, it's me, talk to me. You have to find out. Is it you? I bet it's you. I think it's you. You know, you have the mindset, not that you're repeating what happened yesterday, but that this is a new person that has a whole other story that could be the person who's been praying for what I have. And my job is to find out if it is that person or not. Believe. Does it sound strange? Does it sound like that's a hard thing to do?
No,
Difficult?
no, no.
Can you see that if you really adopt this as the way to be successful in Nerium, that it actually benefits you in all areas of your life, your children, your wife, your friends, your parents, or whoever, that it actually makes you a better person. It actually does. You become a better listener. You become more concerned about other people. You start to develop these habits, good habits of listening intensely, of caring more, of asking better questions of people, being really genuinely curious about people because you've practiced being genuinely curious so much that it becomes like natural. you know it's fascinating how it works. It's fascinating. This business will grow you if you let it. It will. And you'll have fun and you'll start to go, wow, this is amazing. And they're paying me to grow myself. They're paying me to learn about people. They're paying me to become a better version of myself. That's really what they're paying me to do. Believe it or not.
No, I believe I.
You can't say that to somebody on day one that they joined Nerium because they would think you're crazy and they wouldn't believe you.
Yes.
And they may never join up. But that's another reason that I go to personal development seminars like Joe Dispenza, where I met Nasli, is because for me, I want to be around people that already have interests in elevating themselves and being a better version of themselves.
What is a good way to at the beginning for a person who is starting, who is recently joining, to encourage to really get into the best book we can read is the Slide Age. Yeah, but most of people don't like to read. That it's really hard and really frustrating. But
most people don't like to read. Yeah, I suppose you're right.
How to encourage to get into the book, to start to reading, and not also reading, but doing the stuff.
If you've read The Slight Edge a few times, if you haven't read it recently, reread it, or you can also listen on Audible.
I don't like Audible. I always have in mind, and it's this is the second time. This is the second time.
Then it just, you can weave it into the conversation. You know, you are the leader of anyone that is on your team. You are. So as the leader, you could even say, you know, do you guys want to read The Slight Edge together? And we could discuss one chapter a week on Zoom. That's kind of cool. I do that with some of my team. Hardly anybody wants to do it, but the people who do it get a lot of benefit from it. I've even gone so far as to have them lead the Zoom. You know, you get the first chapter, you get the second chapter, you get the third chapter, and they teach nuggets from the chapter to the group.
Okay.
So that they become the leader for that 15, 20 minutes. It's powerful. You may not want to do that with someone from the beginning, but you may. I don't know. It might be the perfect thing to do. You know, you can't turn a pigeon into an eagle. You can't turn a pigeon into an eagle. So some people are never going to read, they're not going to do it, they're just not, but some people are, you're doing it. You have to do it. You do it. You refer to the book, you quote the book, you say, well, it's sort of like the slight edge approach, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day, 2 a day. And all of a sudden you're going to have some people say yes, because that's the compound effect, like eating an apple a day, an apple a day, an apple a day. You don't eat 20 apples on the weekend. You eat 1 apple a day then you get the cumulative benefit. That book is so important to relationship marketing, because it really is about the small things that you do today that have that can either take you up or take you down. Jeff has said himself, if you don't talk to someone today, it's not like your business is going to fall apart. And if you do talk to someone today, it's not like your business is going to go to the moon. But it's doing it consistently over a period of time is going to eventually take you up or eventually take you down. Just like what you eat is going to eventually make you healthy or eventually make you sick. Or if you exercise, you'll eventually get fit or you'll eventually get fat. It's the cumulative effect that's going to make this business work for any of us. It really is slight edge. So
Yes.
say that to someone, or you could have someone like me say that to someone on your team. That's also really valuable, is using as much third party as you possibly can. Like, you could save this recording, and if someone says, you ask your new brand partner, did you read The Slight Edge? And they say, no, I don't like to read. You say, I want you to hear from a friend of mine that I've been working with. She's had a lot of success, and she did a Zoom, and I can even translate it for you. I just want you to hear it. It's like, use third party so that it's not all on you to be all things to all people.
Okay. It's more clear for me right now.
This business is trial and error too. You don't go to school for this business. Like I said on the Zoom the other day that we were on together, you don't learn how to do it and then you become a professional network marketing Nerium brand partner, ready to go, all shiny and ready. It's not like that. It's not like that at all. You learn a little, you do a little. You learn a little, you do. Learn, do, learn, do, learn, do, learn, do, forever. Learn, do it. You could do all the learning in the world. You could watch every Nerium University in the back office, all of them. But if you don't go out and do it, it's never going to be of value. The same thing is, you could go out and talk to every single person you've ever met. But if you don't have the training, if you don't watch the Nerium Universities, if you don't listen to the successful people, that's not going to work either. It makes perfect sense that you have to learn and then do it. And you learn when you execute what you've learned on Nerium University. When you go out and you do it, you're going to learn for real. That didn't work. I didn't do a good job. I talked too much to him. I was too assertive. I didn't talk enough to him. I gave him too much to look at. Whatever it is, you're gonna know how to do it the next time. You really are. I look at it like this, like you're practicing. You're practicing getting better at exposures. Right now I'm practicing training you. And so I'm getting better because I'm doing it, and I'm going to be better the next time. I always want to be better than I was,
Yes. Okay. That's great. That makes a lot of sense, and it's really clarifying for me. I'm really processing. I always start processing, but that you say to make a quotation of the book, of the Slight Age. When I talk to my team, it's gonna start. Okay, I always say to I try to always say to read and ask, but I figured out that if you make quotation, okay, he's reading, I need to read. He's reading, I need to read. That it's more easy. I don't need to tell them to read. But if I make quotation, it's inside of the thing.
And if you really become their friend, genuine friendship, they will stick around long enough to figure it out. So that's why we have the culture of loving, caring, and sharing, is that we really want them to have a fair chance and not quit in their first 5 minutes in the company because 3 people told them no. We want them to stick around long enough to have a chance. So that's only going to happen if we really become friends with them and care, you know.
Cool.
It's crazy. It's a crazy business model. It's very unlike any other business I've ever heard of. But making people better, that's a clue. Making people better. Making people better. That's what we're doing.
Okay.
You can do it. You are doing it. You know, just keep giving of yourself. Keep showing up. Show up. Showing up. Jeff told Amber, his daughter, when she went to college, she was at the top of her class, and she was admitted to this very elite college where everyone in the class was top of their class. And she was nervous that all of these really smart, brilliant people, she wasn't going to shine. She wasn't going to stay at the top of that class. And he said showing up is such a big part of it. Just don't quit. Just keep going to class. Just show up for everything. Sit on the front row, you know. And what was interesting is maybe this story is in the Slight Edge. I'm not sure. Now I kind of don't.
I don't remember that.
But anyway, she did show up, and so many people in her class didn't. They would drop out, or they would sleep late, or they wouldn't come, or eventually it was the person who showed up the most that won the prize. The one that showed up, just showing up. She wasn't necessarily the smartest or the most brilliant or the most anything, but she was the one that showed up because she believed that he was right, that was going to separate her from 90% of the people that were in this class with her. And he was right. He was right. That you can take all the way to the bank. Just show up. Just show up for yourself, you know, show up for your family, show up for your why, you know, just show up.
That's it. Yeah. You see, I'm powerful.
It is powerful. It is. I'm so glad we're friends. And I'm so glad you asked me this question because it's powerful for me. When I'm telling you, I'm reminding myself that this is true.
That's right.
And it's great. I re-recruited myself just now.
So cool.
It's true. It's true. That's how it works. You give, you get what you're giving. That's the way it works. You're always going to be, when you're showing the business to someone, you're also showing it to yourself again. You're reminding yourself how cool this is. You're re-recruiting yourself. And you can get excited about that. It's like, these pictures are amazing. Aren't these pictures amazing? I can't even believe that. Look at that. That's amazing. You're re-recruiting yourself when you do that. Just do it a lot. Just do it as much as you can and have fun with it. It's like when you realize that, then there's no way to fail. You know, that person may not get it, but that's okay. There's plenty of people out there who are begging to know what you do.
Okay.
Begging. It's the
Okay. That's great. Perfect. Yeah, that is what I need to listen today.
good.
Yes, I need to process. I need to keep
Good.
working, but it's
Ask
great.
questions when we're on the Zoom with Columbia. Invite your team too, of course. But ask these kinds of questions in front of them.
Okay.
It'll teach them how to learn. It'll teach them to be brave in asking questions. You can help them learn how to learn. This is a really, really valuable thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good.
Yeah. No, thank you to you. That's great. Now I'm
Good.
gonna start doing this, and I need to start make the quotations too. I read a lot, but I wanna have these quotes more polite, and when I talk to someone, I want to have this in a easy access. So I want to do that. That it's great. Thank you so much.
You're Dan. Just right across your mirror. You're an NMD. You know, whatever it's going to be, you're just waiting for your paycheck to catch up. That's all. Just waiting for the paperwork to go through. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
It's exciting.
Great.
I'm excited for you. I really am.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really that hearing that from you, it's really it fills me up.
Excellent. Proud of you.
Okay.
All right. We'll talk
Okay.
soon. Thank you.
Yes, I hope to see you next Sunday.
Yeah.
Hope people join. I'm gonna set up my sister to hop on the call.
Good. Excellent.
And start talking with my team.
Yeah, we'll start to talk to Nasli and find a time. Okay.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Anne. Have a great night,
Thank you.
and see you soon.
Bye-bye.
See ya.